Hello and welcome here. It may seem corny, but Spider-Man's ability to deal with even the most terrifying foes originates from surviving the horrors of his high school experience as Peter Parker, which was a lot harsher in Marvel Comics than his family-friendly films suggested. The degree of the pain that Peter Parker faced on a daily basis in the comic books, particularly at the hands of Eugene Flash Thompson, has galvanized him as a hero and as an experience that he constantly dwells on. On a deeper level, this is also offered as the reason why the radioactive spider discovered and strengthened him in the first place, implying that his emergence was not by chance. Despite the fact that both the original Spider-Man trilogy directed by Sam Raimi and the MCU trilogy touch on Peter Parker's abuse and social isolation in high school, the comics depicted him with significantly more anguish. On the page, Thompson's bullying is more frightening and unrelenting, with him berating Peter for his bookish ways, shattering his spectacles, and calling him puny Parker in jest. The fear of violence is more evident since Spider-Ultraman's persona seems scrawnier in the comics and Flash feels more physically threatening. As a result, when Parker ultimately stands up to his bully, it marks a more significant turning point in his personal development. In The Amazing Spider-Man No. 2 by Zeb Wells and John Romita Jr., Peter Parker comments that Tombstone's attempts to frighten Spider-Man are in accordance with the notion of villains as powerful bullies, a nod to his own days of being tormented in high school. This is a type of scoundrel with whom he has had several encounters in his daily life. Parker says of the self-styled crime boss, "He's a bully. He tries to move into your head. But I've been dealing with bullies my whole life. Threats don't work on me." Spider-Personal Man's experience of being the little man may be just as important to his desire to defend the city as Uncle Ben's famous quote, "With great power comes great responsibility." That's why, even when Uncle Ben abandoned his rhetoric, Spider-Man persevered and found a way to do the right thing. When a mystique was added to Peter Parker's tragic radioactive spider bite by the Gatekeeper in J. Michael Straczynski and John Romita Jr.'s Amazing Spider-Man No. 507, this deity declared he was selected exactly because of how he had endured and yearned to lash revenge. He detailed a long series of incidents in which he was tripped, struck, beaten and humiliated before others. So much of Parker's personality and values are placed into greater perspective because to his tragic background with bullying, whether it's his stubborn desire to get back up after any serious physical or psychological blows or Spider ability man's to disarm his opponents with comedy. His banter isn't simply for the sake of amusement for himself and others, it also acts as a technique to make bullies laugh instead of being scared by them. With the prevalence of bullying in the real world, it's vital to delve further into the anguish that even one of history's most lovable heroes endured. Much of what makes Spider-Man so sympathetic, and an animus that drives him to this day, is lost by only showing Peter Parker's anguish in limited doses in his big screen escapades. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel. See you soon.